The government claims that HS2 will fire up economic growth, while opponents label it an overblown vanity project. Well, as we've been hearing, the controversial high-speed rail link, which will be 20 years in the making, officially began today. It's aimed at linking London with the north of England, but protesters flocked to Parliament Square too to say the whole thing should be scrapped. Our Work and Money correspondent Mark Ashdown is at Euston for us this evening to tell us more. Mark, over to you.
Yeah, so this is where it will leave from, this rail line which connects London with the north. It'll go from here to Birmingham and then spur off in two directions, one up to Leeds and one up to Manchester and Wigan. And yeah, as I'm about to say, there are some big figures involved here. The companies behind it claim it will create about 22,000 jobs over the next few years. But these things cost money, as he was pointing out there. Back in 2009, when it was first mooted, it was going to cost £37.5 billion. Forward onto the budget 2015, when it was signed off, that had gone up to £56 billion. But a new official report says by the time it's finished in 20 years' time, that could have rocketed to about £100 billion. No wonder it's controversial then. Let's hear first from the Mayor, who broadly is in support, and then one of those protesters.
It's taken 10 years for us to get the shovels in the ground. I mean, the government's dithering delays help nobody. The key thing is in London we need a station at Euston and one at Old Oak Common. We're going to make sure that we do it in a way that's environmentally friendly. But I think we should invest in infrastructure both in London and across the country.
All around the country there's a problem with a lack of quality trains, but this is just one line, and it's actually quite a well-served line at the moment. HS2 will say that this is about increasing capacity, but do we even need that increasing capacity right now with the prevalence of Zoom and just the lack of people actually taking trains right now? Who knows when that will return?
So plenty of opposition we hear there, Mark. Just sum up some of the main concerns.
Yeah, well, this is HS2 rebellion, an offshoot really of Extinction rebellion. They've been out today up to their usual tricks. They descended on Parliament Square, the Department for Transport here as well. Things like fake blood, gluing themselves to stuff, disrupting TV broadcasts, that sort of thing. Their point really is that they say this will have huge environmental damage. It will cost as many jobs as it will create. And really, if you talk to people around here, there's a lot of restaurants, pubs, some of them already gone out of business, who will say that effect has already been felt. So fair to say then it's far from universal support for this project, but today finally it's up and running, full speed ahead for HS2.
Mark Ashdown at Euston Station, thank you very much for that.